Every year begins with the same quiet lie. A new number appears on the calendar, and your brain instantly says, "This is it. This year will be different." You feel lighter, cleaner, more hopeful. You imagine a version of yourself that finally figured it out, more disciplined, more focused, more in control. And the strange part, nothing has actually changed. Same room, same habits, same phone in your hand, same thoughts looping in the background. By February, that confidence usually disappears, and people blame motivation. They say they lack discipline. They say they're inconsistent. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that most people try to start a new year without understanding the psychology that controls how they start anything. Some people go all in at midnight. New routines, new identity, new standards. They feel unstoppable because clarity creates a temporary high. The brain mistakes inspiration for power. Others do the opposite. They plan, they watch, they prepare. They wait to feel ready. They collect information like armor, hoping confidence will magically arrive first. Some are simply exhausted, mentally overloaded, emotionally drained. They want growth, but their nervous system is stuck in survival mode, choosing comfort over progress. And some people don't even realize they're protecting their old identity. Change threatens who they've been. Success removes excuses, so the mind quietly delays, distracts, and sabotages, then explains why it wasn't the right time. Different patterns, same outcome. Another year passes and nothing really moves. So the real question isn't, how do I start this year? It's, how do I start in a way my brain can actually sustain? Because real change doesn't begin with hype. It begins with alignment, and that's where the shift happens. The first move to starting the year the right way is not adding anything. It's subtracting illusions. You stop asking, what do I want this year? And instead ask, what has quietly been controlling my behavior? Not your goals, your patterns. Where do you default when you're tired? What do you do when no one is watching? What do you repeat even when you promise yourself you won't? This step feels uncomfortable because it removes the fantasy version of you. But clarity starts here. Not motivational clarity, behavioral clarity. You don't fix what you don't see. Once you see the pattern, the second shift becomes possible. You stop trying to change your life and start changing your identity signals. Most people fail because they aim too high and too vague. I want to be disciplined. I want to be successful. The brain doesn't know how to act on that. So instead, you choose one small behavior that proves a new identity. Something almost laughably simple, but repeatable. Not because it's impressive, but because it's consistent. When the brain sees repeated evidence, it updates self-image. And once identity shifts, behavior stops feeling forced. You don't rise to goals, you fall to identity. This is where momentum actually begins. Then comes the third shift, and this is where most people sabotage themselves without realizing it. You design for bad days. Not perfect mornings, not peak motivation, bad days. The days you wake up tired. The days your focus is low. The days life interrupts your plans. If your system only works when you feel inspired, it's not a system, it's a mood. So instead of asking, what's the best routine, you ask, what's the minimum version of this that I'll still do when I don't feel like it? This removes pressure. And pressure is the enemy of consistency. Progress accelerates when effort feels survivable. Then comes a shift most people never make. You stop tracking outcomes and start tracking inputs. Most people quit because they don't see results fast enough. The brain gets discouraged when effort isn't immediately rewarded. So you change the reward system. You don't celebrate results. You celebrate showing up. Did you execute the behavior today? That's a win. Did you keep the promise, even poorly? That's a win. This retrains the dopamine loop. And once consistency becomes rewarding, motivation stops being required. Finally, there's one last adjustment that changes everything. You remove isolation. Most people try to transform privately, silently, alone. And when they slip, there's no friction, no accountability, no mirror. So you create visibility, not for validation, for structure. Someone who knows what you're building, a system that reminds you who you're becoming, an environment that supports the direction instead of fighting it. Because humans don't evolve in isolation, they stabilize through connection. So here's the truth about starting this year the right way. It's not about becoming a new person overnight. It's not about motivation, discipline, or willpower. It's about understanding how your mind works and designing around it instead of against it. When you do that, consistency stops feeling heavy, progress stops feeling fragile, and change becomes something you maintain, not chase. So ask yourself, what pattern am I done repeating? What identity am I ready to prove quietly, daily, imperfectly? Because when you answer that honestly, the year doesn't need hype. It needs follow-through. And that's how real years begin. If this helped you see your patterns, hit like as a promise to yourself Subscribe for real change, not motivation, and comment which pattern felt like you.